Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and today I will be going over some great reporting on some of our some of our channel news or what have you that is, not doing so great. Um, in my last video, I'll be probably doing a little bit of a segment. I may have 4 videos today because I do kind of want to explain on what I'll be doing coming next year and for in the foreseeable future. So stay tuned for that. So we have Antifa for pretty much going off the walls and all that great stuff. And it seems that we have more things that the news seems to be failing at the most. So we'll get directly into it. The left-wing voices are silenced on Twitter as far-right trolls advise Elon Musk. American but the social network's new owner appears to be overseeing a purge of left-wing activists from the platform. Several prominent anti-fascist organizers and journalists have had their accounts suspended in the past week after right-wing operatives appealed directly to Musk to ban them, and far-right internet trolls flooded Twitter's complaint system with false reports about terms of service violations. As Los Angeles council members like Mike Bonin noted on Twitter, the suspended users include Chad Loiter, an anti-fascist researcher whose open-source investigation of the U.S. Capitol riot led to the identification and arrest of a masked Proud Boy who attacked police officers. The account of video journalist Fisher Singh, who reports on far-right protests in Southern California, has also been suspended. They're saying that while Twitter is encouraging people who promote racism and incite anti-trans violence, this is ugly and dangerous. Obviously, when you're having free speech, you're allowed to say whatever the hell you want. Like, I understand that Kanye West has a lot of crazy stuff that he's been saying as of recently, which we may go over today, but obviously it's dumb because you're allowed to say whatever you want as long as you're not actually trying to obviously insult violence or to commit violence upon somebody, and Kanye West has yet to do that. He has spoken openly about his opinions, which I think everybody should, and especially with somebody that's supposedly running for president. I think it's very, very important for people to get the people have their ideals out, so you know exactly who you're voting for, and that's the most powerful thing with I would say freedom of speech. You get to hear everybody's viewpoints and what they actually say, and if there are some type of people with political power, then obviously you get to see them have their opinions be heard, and if you don't, and the majority of people don't like it, then well, they don't get the publicity. They don't get the they may get the publicity, but they won't get the election or they won't get presidency. So it's very important to get things like this. And as I said, I don't agree with a lot of things that Kanye West has said about Jews in particular. However, I will defend his right to say whatever the hell he wants, because that's freedom of speech. You should be able to say whatever you want without getting canceled or your life completely destroyed. Among the other prominent accounts suspended were the Elm Fork John Brown Club, an anti-fascist group that provides armed security for LGBTQ plus events in North Texas, and Crime Inc., an anti-anarchist collective that has published and distributed organized and anti-authoritarian signs, books, posters, podcasts, and since the 1990s. All 4 accounts have been singled out for criticism by Andy No, a far-right writer whose controversial error-riddled reporting on left-wing protests and social movements fuels the massive delusion that a handful of small anti-fascist groups are part of the imaginary shadow army called Antifa. Yes, because Antifa is a shadow army. They're not going around writing these swastikas or whatever that they're going to be doing on stuff like that, and they're not claiming themselves as to be Antifa. They're literally claiming themselves to be Antifa and destroying medical clinics and stuff like that. Yes, because that's the true fact. See, the reason why that when you read stuff like this is that you have to take it with a grain of salt. I am reading this to you guys now so I can wrap this all around later to kind of show you exactly the way the media is portraying this type of BS, and then showing you exactly what is being portrayed here. In a public exchange on Twitter on Friday, Musk invited No to report Antifa accounts that should be suspended directly to him. Yes, and we're going to see exactly that as well, along with Shadow Lord saying Elon Musk and Eddie no, and censor them. Well, obviously because they're promoting violence. So we're going to have here with this little discussion that we have Twitter is reportedly nuking pedo accounts. This is eliminating much of Antifa on Twitter. Elon Musk has come out to say removing child exploitation is priority number one. Please reply in comments if you see anything that Twitter needs to address. A large number of Antifa accounts operate on Twitter to promote riots, give tips on how to commit violent crimes, and post names, photos, and addresses of targets plus their family members. Incitement to violence will result in an account suspension, which is by Elon Musk. He goes on to say, "How do we best inform Twitter of these violations? I've been reporting on specific accounts for years, and pretty much all of them remain. Last year, Antifa used Twitter to direct comrades to swarm me after I ran into a hotel following a violent street beating. That is a disturbing story and very concerning that Twitter took no action, despite clear violation of TOS. Report in this thread for now. Thank you for your attention. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving. I'll continue to raise these issues here thoughtfully. Countless journalists, law enforcement officers, businesses, and properties have been attacked through violent extremists organizing an incitement on Twitter. Antifa Collective, and here's what they're talking about exactly here with all this other stuff. But first, we're going to do this. We're going to do man armed with screwdriver barricades himself attempts to burn down auto shop. Now, as Tim Pool has directed, obviously himself, that we see that this is not a normal auto shop. This is Tesla, which is well known. So why they just not put Tesla here instead of auto shop? So we're going to go here. Authorities have arrested a man after he barricaded himself in an auto shop and set part of the building on fire around 5 p.m. today. On Friday, a man entered an auto shop in Linwood and charged at the manager wielding a screwdriver, according to police. Employees in the shop intervened and corralled the man, but he managed to barricade himself in a room full of acetylene tanks and oxygen tanks and welding equipment in the auto shop. The man claimed to have a gun, but police say only a screwdriver was seen. When attempts to negotiate were made, all the man did was yell. At some point in the negotiation process, the man lit a part of the building on fire using a blowtorch, English, and firefighters were on scene but kept their distance. Police put out the fire because they had ballistic vests. It was safer for us to have a fire hose up there where we had officers behind positions of armor that could protect them from anything that might come out of the building, said Deputy Chief Lungden. They were able to spray water on the fire and prevent it from spreading. And now we jump to here with Andy No saying exactly this. Antifa Collective makes riot guides text to radicalize people into criminal militancy and propaganda that is shared via Twitter for people to distribute. They claim a number of attacks and give instructions on how to form cells with riot gear to bring etc. And we have all this stuff with all this information here. And then we have a year ago, crime raised tens of thousands on GoFundMe via promotion on Twitter. The organizer of that campaign was Shane Becker, a violent extremist who calls for arson attacks and fantasizes about killing people. He instructed comrades to use human body shields at riots. Yeah, so we have this here, and then we go over here. The revolution starts first. Order of business is open to all the prisons and free all the prisoners. Delay that, free all the prisoners and burn them all down to the prisons. I'll probably blow this up for you guys because you guys kind of need to see everything. And a sea of bodies opposed to the fascists also provides cover for those that are there to do physical battle. That's important too. We have more of this saying what I'm saying is why we aren't fighting back in any meaningful capacity. Speculative fiction, cops kill people, so what if people are killed back? Cops might be the ones looking for their shoulders instead. So we have all this crazy stuff happening here. So, with that being said, we have Andy No actively going out and doing this stuff, doing all this reporting and what have you. We have kind of a bigger stuff here as well, I would say, with particularly with Andy No kind of just coming out and saying all this crazy stuff as well, because Andy No goes out and to really report the good stuff here. So let me see. We have more information on this with the Lindell, with the Lindell stuff, because he goes out and proves this to be accurate, I may believe. Let's see here. So, without further ado, we'll go with this. Also, we have more stuff with Andy No as well. We'll also go with this. Is that we have not even 24 hours after manga grifter Charlie Kirk, which is by senior Scott Wiener, obviously, tweeted homophobic lies about me. I received this threat repeating one of his lies, but that was the point. Lining people up against me and other people. Words have consequences, and Twitter is becoming accessible for this crap. Now, obviously, nobody wants people to bring hate or obviously to other people, blah 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 blah, and or what have you. But here's some key things here that we should probably be explained, and I'm going to show you guys exactly how this works. It's a shame you come out and you're trying to release all these pedophiles. You're okay with people intentionally giving other people AIDS, and your office can't even pick up the phone to answer about these questions. You're a sick man. I don't even call you. You shouldn't even be a man. You're a sick individual, and I care about what you do off hours. But when you try to force it upon California, it's like myself and others. That's something to you. People like you won't be able to walk down streets when light comes through the darkness. To the shit you're providing, you're a piece of shit. So guys, you see something a little bit familiar here. Something that's maybe making your brain start twisting. So we have this here, which seems to be a correction, and then we have this here, which seems to be another correction, and then this here to where this, obviously. Now I know you guys are not idiots. I know you guys are not stupid. Do stuff like this, by the way. So when you have stuff like that, it kind of makes it a little bit weird. So it's wrong for anyone to receive this kind of hateful message. But the screenshot you posted has spell check underlines and a cursor endpoint, which leads many to question the authenticity. You have just posted the audio. Yeah, exactly. Posted the audios. And then we'll have more here to where we're kind of going to show Andy No. Andy No does really great work, by the way, guys. So what I'm going to do here is go all the way down. And this is going to be on exactly what I'm talking about here. Now, remember guys, try not to get too off base. Because right now we see that let's see, this here, we're talking about Linwood with this article here. This is all about this article right here with the screwdriver. This is going here as stated, last night, next to the Tesla in Linwood, Washington, a suspect threatened police with a crowbar and said he would blow up the building. He then started a fire next to propane tanks. No confirmed motive so far, but Antifa had urged arson against Tesla and are praising the violent attack. So we go here, and we have Redwood. Someone in Linwood, Washington, went to the Tesla service center last night and allegedly set it on fire only after allegedly threatening to the pigs with a crowbar and getting tased. They had to call in a SWAT. Fucking legend. And then now we have more stuff here as well that, this is what we have here with René Gonzalez, Portland City. And then I got this little jammer. So we have all this stuff here with all this stuff as well. So we're not really surprised by this. So a violent convicted Portland Antifa member, Phoebe Ann Loomis, used Twitter to organize the riots in 2020. She was convicted for smashing up businesses in Portland last year at a riot. A GoFundMe campaign was used to pay her restitution. So yeah. It seems that these guys are also not being completely entirely truthful here, and it seems they've been caught lying again. Good job, Como News. You have officially failed in your journalism. So yeah, I think that you guys may see that Antifa and the media are obviously out against you. This guy seems to be with autocorrect to be happening, and it doesn't seem to be really working out too well. So, I mean, come on, guys. It's not really hard to really point out the obvious here that the media is lying, and yeah, doesn't be going too great for them because we are fighting back in a large number. So, guys, hopefully you enjoy this content. More will be coming out tomorrow, or will be coming out later today. So, yeah. Alright guys, I'll catch you guys later. Like, subscribe, share, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.